Yo, we live with another video on your boy Georgia Boy, and I've been getting a lot of chatter lately about marksman rifle builds. The one in particular that we're going to talk about today is the exotic marksman rifle, the Nemesis. All right, so give you some gameplay on how it actually works in the shooting range today. Um, Starting out with the marksman rifle, the Nemesis. As you see, it's an exotic. To me, it's a uh, pretty strong rifle. It's the strongest marksman rifle in the game uh, in my mind. I got, as you can see, marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, and critical hit chance all maxed out. Uh, Specifically, the talent on this gun is rather unique. It has the electromagnetic accelerator as a talent. Shots fired deal 0 to 100% weapon damage based on how long the trigger is held before releasing. So this particular marksman rifle actually charges, so it gains more damage as you hold it. So whenever you're setting up the difficulty in the shooting range for this particular gun to work, you want to keep it on normal. If we go to invulnerability, it's going to stop the proc of the talent that's on the gear, which we're about to get into right now. All right. Face mask, aces and eights. That's what I went with on the gear set brand. It gives you marksman rifle damage up to 15% with two pieces, and with a third piece, it gives you 30% headshot damage. All right, the core and attributes that we have on this gun is for the weapon damage is 15% headshot damage and a plus 10% headshot damage. So that's 20% headshot damage on the mask alone. That's adding to the damage for the marksman rifle. Going down to the vest, we're using the chain killer vest. It's the named item, which is the next step up from the Walker Harris brand. Uh, Weapon damage 15%. Attributes, we got critical hit chance for 6%. It's maxed out. Headshot damage 10%, and another headshot damage. So that's another plus 20% going towards headshot damage, which is what we want. And plus, just having the Walker Harris brand set on alone gives us plus 5% weapon damage. All right. Now, what's unique about this particular vest is the talent. It's the perfect head hunter. Any vest or gun that you get that's a named item, at the top you can see where the name is in gold. It will automatically have a perfect talent attached to it. So you can't add this or take away from this specific vest. When it comes to talents, you can't extract it, put it on another one, because it's the perfect version and it is as it is. So with this perfect headhunter, after killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of that killing blows damage. That's a lot. Damage is capped to 800% of your weapon damage. This is raised to 1,250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150. All right, so if you can get a shot off that's greater than 150%, it'll automatically proc to 1250% in your next shot. That's literally a one shot and down to an NPC. So for the holster, we have another aces and eights. Weapon damage 15%, another 10% headshot damage. Going over to the knees, we have the Sawyer's knee pads, which are the exotic. These give you, they contribute to armor, but the attributes is explosive resistance, and of course it comes with health. Everything's maxed out. The talent is this is the bigger part of this build, because of this talent and what it does. This is what gives you that boost to your sniper rifle. The name of this talent is Stand Your Ground. So you cannot be staggered by explosions while you have on these Sawyer's knee pads. It increases total weapon damage by 3% each second you are not moving. Stacks up to 10 until you start moving. All stacks lost 10 seconds after moving. All right. So as long as you're standing still in one spot, not moving, you will gain 3% each second you are not moving. And like I said, it stacks up to 10 times. All right. But as soon as you shift your character to the left or to the right, step back, step forward, whatever you do to move, that talent is going to slowly um, debuff itself. All right, and then you'll basically have to just stand still all over again once it depleted, just to get that buff to stack back up. All right, so to the hands, we got another aces and eights, which is the third piece. 15% weapon damage, and of course, attribute has headshot damage at 10%. The backpack, we're using the gift, which is the named item for the Providence Defense brand set. Core attributes, 15% weapon damage. Attributes is 12% critical hit damage, 10% headshot damage, and 12% critical hit damage. Talent, perfect vigilance. And like I said, the reason it's perfect is because it's a named item. Increased total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 3 seconds. So if you get shot, this talent is no longer active until after 3 seconds has passed, and then it's back to 25% plus weapon damage. All right. Now, to the skills, we're using the decoy, and the other skill we're using is the Achilles pulse skill. All right. This skill alone is sort of similar to when you're using the regular pistol. This Achilles, like I said, it identifies weaknesses on the enemies. So basically, it basically gives you more damage output once you shot that specific area of the weak point. All right. The Achilles pulse basically gives you a target to shoot on the NPCs, letting you know this is the place you need to shoot them to gain more damage. All right. So that is the build. It really doesn't matter what you use for your secondary and your pistol. Just because we're in specialization, which is the sharpshooter specialization, which is what we went with. I'm using the Baker's Dozen and the Sharpshooter's 93R named pistol that comes with the Sharpshooter specialization. All right. Now to show you how this works, remember, keep your difficulty at normal so that your talent can proc from the headhunter talent. All right. So when you're using this weapon, originally you just hold your fire button, and as you can see that little circle forming a complete circle, that means that the sniper rifle has charged all the way 100%, and once you let go, it has amplified damage behind it. All right, now as you see that first shot, it activated the headhunter talent that you see on the bottom. See that indicator that's like half full? That's the headhunter talent. Now what I like to do before I go for the big kill, I like to get 2 shots in. That way it maxes it out. You see the little bar has filled up now, but since that little bar is full, now the talent has now disappeared, because after that second or third shot, that talent basically is no longer active. All right, so you have to continuously get your shots in before that talent goes away. As long as you're getting headshots, the talent will stay. All right, so let's go ahead and start with this one. Proc the talent. All right, so the talent is procced. We're going to use the Achilles pulse, and it gave us the stomach this time, which is not the one I wanted, but we're going to shoot it and see. All right, of course, anything that's 72 million is on a red or purple, yellow, pretty much wipe them out. But we're going to see what we can get up to with everything proc perfectly. All right, you see it's proc. Chain killer's proc. We're going to shoot it for the second buff. And now this is going to be with the Achilles pulse. All right, we missed the target. It went away. There we go. Sniper rifle is charging. Talent is still proc. And they're not giving us the headshot. Let's try this again. Gonna wait for the talent to go. There we go. Talent is out. Let's proc the talent. You always want to get a headshot first. Once you get a headshot, a clean headshot after the first shot, your next shot is going to automatically be pretty much a one shot. Using the Achilles post, didn't give us the headshot. Let's try it again. What you want the headshot. Yeah, that's the one you want from the Achilles post. All right, so we procced it. Let's try to get us a headshot. All right, didn't give it to us. But everything after that first initial kill is gonna always proc that chain killer talent, and everything from that point on is gonna be a headshot. So it finally gave us the headshot. Let's see. As you can see, it's up in the 100 million now. It went from 58 million up to 100 million. I've gotten it up to 120 million, 125 million before. But it just depends on the headhunter's talent and your crit. Whatever crit you put out to get that next level damage buff from the headhunter, that's what's going to make the difference in a higher number. All right. So let's give it that shot. Let's put the Achilles post. Let's charge up the sniper rifle. And that was right there, was right at 110 million. Let's do another one. Alright. And you can zoom in even further. It goes to a 16 times scope. But when you get to the 16 times scope, the recoil is a little harder to maintain. So I just kind of stay in the 12 times to give a better. Alright. And if you hold it for too long, the charging it does have a time limit on it. So you want to try to get your shot off as quick as possible. Now shooting them anywhere else other than the head will basically end the chain killer talent, because it procs off of headshots. So you have to get headshots for all of the one shot procs. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, that was like, I believe 109. As you can see, the chain killer is still proc. Every headshot after that is basically a one shot. If we shoot him in the stomach, the chain killer talent goes away. Alright, so that's how that works. Also, don't forget about the buff from the Sawyer's knee pads. If you look at the indicator below your ammo, it's showing how the Sawyer's knee pads is basically giving us the buff, but as soon as we move, the buff it goes down. It's starting to go away. It's decaying. So you still have time, as long as that indicator is there, to get shots off. All right. Now, as long as we're standing still, it's basically coming right back. So it's not like you just lose the buff completely. As long as you start standing back still, you're completely motionless, you'll start getting that stack back, and it'll stay as long as you're still. And you can swap shoulders. All right, you can swap shoulders. I want you to know that you can swap shoulders. All right, without it going away. All right, so let's sit here. Let's wait for the stack to buff back up. And remember, you got to get a kill first. You have to get a headshot kill first in order for your next headshots that you take to be in effect. All right. So the first headshot, the talent is active, charging. All right. Let's get the Achilles pulse involved. It's not giving me the headshot, but I'll take it anyway. You want to try your best to get your Achilles pulse to get a headshot. to try to get your maximum damage out of it. Like I said, as long as you're shooting, the quicker the talent on the chest piece runs out, right? So as long as you're getting headshots, it'll stay. But the longer you have that talent active, the quicker it's gonna run out. That's 103, 103 million. And like I said, I've gotten it up to 125 million before. So it just depends on what crit you get. If you get it high enough to get the next level percentage output on a headshot, and of course where your Achilles post lands for your headshot. All right, and that's how that works. All right. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to send me a comment. If you guys would do anything different, let me know. If you found other ways to make it hit even harder, feel free to give the information out for everybody that's wondering how to make a marksman rifle build. Me personally, I just went with the Nemesis because it's the strongest sniper rifle in the game to me. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe on the Twitch and YouTube at G_boyt. That's G_BOYT. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay.